Hey guys! In this video, we will look at the top 10 best paper shredders available on the market today. We made this list based on our own opinion, research, and customer reviews. We've considered their quality, features, and values when narrowing down the best choices possible. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, check the links in the description box below. So, here are the top 10 paper shredders. Number 1. TRU Red Micro Cut Shredder. This shredder was able to shred single sheets of paper continuously, without stopping or sending an error message, for 5 minutes. It was also able to shred stacks of paper with thicknesses of 1 to 12 sheets without failing. It was also able to shred a credit card, 4 staples, and a paper clip. The TRU Red 12-sheet micro cut shredder lives in the sweet spot in the Venn diagram of makes tiny shreds, large capacity, and doesn't make a mess. The bin has a capacity of 5.8 gallons and it can hold micro cut shreds from more than 150 sheets of paper. The micro cut shreds from this shredder are about 10 mm long, and 4 mm wide. While they're not the tiniest shreds we saw during our tests, that's still small enough for you to feel confident that anyone would have a lot of trouble reconstructing any sensitive documents you shred. Number 2. Fellow 62MC Micro Cut Shredder. The Fellow 62MC Micro Cut Shredder is an awesome pick for a wide variety of shredding needs, offering reliable performance and outstanding features. In testing, it was able to shred continuously for 5 minutes at a time, tearing through stacks of 1 to 10 sheets without jamming. It didn't flinch at staples or a pile of junk mail including regular paper, stiff paper, and a mock credit card. There are other pluses. The 62MC's pull-out basket has an extra large capacity of 5 gallons that takes more than 100 sheets to completely fill up. The shreds it produced were the finest among shredders I tested, at just 9 mm by 3 mm, which makes it nearly impossible to reconstruct shredded documents. The bin is easy to remove, and emptying it into the trash doesn't generate huge plumes of paper dust. I also appreciated the fact that the 62MC isn't especially shrill or rumbly in operation. Number 3. Royal 112MX Crosscut Shredder. The Royal 112MX Crosscut Shredder is a great product for those with less pressing security needs. Its small 3.25-gallon bucket can hold shreds from 50 to 60 pieces of paper, and the shreds produced by the 112MX were the smallest I got from any crosscut shredder, just 32 mm long and 4 mm wide. In my testing, it devoured single sheets for 5 minutes without returning an error or pausing. It was able to shred stacks of paper with thicknesses of 1 to 12 sheets without jamming and powered through credit cards. DVDs were no problem, either, thanks to a separate disc slot. Between its brake-equipped wheels and 15-pound weight, it's easy to move and hard to dislodge. A pull-out bucket, something of a rarity at this size, makes cleanup a breeze. Users with kids will appreciate the narrow disc and credit card slots, along with blades positioned at a 90 degrees angle from the main paper slot. Together, they make it difficult for tiny fingers to get in trouble. So get your brand new product mentioned, check the links in the description box below. Number 4. Sentinel FM101P Micro Cut Shredder. The Sentinel FM101P small size belies its powerful shredding capability. Its bucket has a capacity of 3.5 gallons, enough to hold micro cut shreds from 70 to 80 pieces of paper. The shreds themselves were the second smallest among my test group, at 10 mm long by 5.5 mm wide. Weighing only 13 pounds, and featuring casters with brakes, the FM101P is especially portable and doesn't take up much space. Like the Royal 112MX, it also has a pull-out bucket, a real luxury when a lot of shredders this size require you to remove the top of the shredder to get at the shreds. Like my other top picks, the top-loading FM101P was able to shred single sheets for 5 minutes straight without stopping or returning an error, and it was able to tackle up to 10 sheets at once without jamming. It chewed up and spat out a credit card, 4 staples, and a paper clip without breaking a sweat. Number 5. Staples 16-sheet Micro Cut Shredder. The Staples 16-sheet Micro Cut Shredder is a beast of a shredder, both in terms of size and shredding capabilities. An 8-gallon bucket and 42-pound weight are just two of its eye-popping specs. Fortunately, it's easy to move around once set up, and the huge bucket comes with bin liner bags and a swinging door with a window that gives it a clean look. In my testing, it devours stacks of paper 16 sheets deep without issue, and also chowed down on a DVD, a credit card, and 4 literal staples. Between a narrow top-load paper slot and strangely reluctant sensor, however, actually getting the shredder to pull down paper can take a bit of extra effort. The issues don't stop there. It's not the fastest shredder I tested, and my 5-minute continuous shred test was interrupted by an erroneous check bin level error. Shaking the bin to clear shreds blocking the sensor soon got it shredding again. On the upside, the shredder is very quiet for its size, with no rumbling or grinding. Number 6. Staples 15-sheet crosscut shredder. The Staples 15-sheet crosscut is designed for big jobs, but its relatively large 37mm by 4mm shreds mean it's not the best choice for super sensitive documents. It has a number of other shortcomings that, put together, kept it out of contention for my top picks. Because the top load slot is unusually narrow for a 15-sheet shredder, and because there's a secondary trough near the slot, it can be difficult to insert pages quickly. Additionally, the window into the impressively large 7-gallon bin is far down, so it's relatively easy to overflow the bin. This causes extra shreds to get caught in the teeth. Shredding noise, while not particularly shrill, is definitely a bit higher pitched and more noticeable than the 16-sheet microcut. So get your brand new product mentioned, check the links in the description box below. Number 7. Royal MC14MX Microcut Shredder. The Royal MC14MX Microcut Shredder boasts an 8.5-gallon bucket, the largest out of all of the shredders I tested, and a heavy-duty design that checks in at 34.4 pounds. The front load slot has a curved guide that makes it easy to insert pages, though there's a delay before the auto shred sensor kicks in. In my testing, the MC14MX was able to power through as many as 14 sheets at a time, and also easily handled a DVD, cardstock, staples, credit cards, and paper clips. There are negatives, though. The shreds, while still quite small, were among the largest microcut examples I encountered at 12mm by 4mm. Once you're done shredding, emptying the bin can be a messy prospect since the shreds are very staticky and lots of dust is generated during the shredding process. Luckily, the shred noise isn't obnoxious, especially since this particular unit is rated for continuous shredding. Number 8. Amazon Basics 12-sheet Microcut Shredder. The Amazon Basics 12-sheet Microcut Shredder is a solid all-purpose shredder featuring a 6.7-gallon bucket that can collect as many as 160 pages worth of 12mm by 4mm microcut shreds. Its 26-pound bulk is supported by small plastic wheels, but unlike other models, the Amazon Basics shredder doesn't offer brakes for secure parking. In my testing, it easily handled up to 12 sheets of paper at a time, plus DVDs, credit cards, staples, paper clips, and cardstock. It isn't especially messy to empty the bin into the trash, but this shredder was noticeably noisier than some of its rivals. Number 9. GBC Shredmaster PSX1006. The GBC Shredmaster PSX1006 is a basic shredder with no extra features. It is a super crosscut shredder that shreds the paper down to a size of 27mm by 4mm, a shred size that is larger than those produced by microcut shredders and smaller than those produced by typical crosscut shredders. Because the strips are long enough that some text might still be legible, we recommend using this shredder for less sensitive documents. The shredder itself has a P4 security rating. In this shredder, the shredder head sits on top of the bin. While the shredding process is relatively loud, it does not produce a lot of dust. When emptying the bin, the shreds mostly just slide out of the bin as a single mass. If you have minimal security concerns and want a set it and forget it shredder, consider the GBC Shredmaster PSX1006. Number 10. Amazon Basics 6-sheet Crosscut Shredder. The HSMBS 14C has the body of a mid-sized shredder, but the heart of a heavy-duty model, thanks to a 5.8-gallon receptacle that can hold 35mm by 5mm shreds from nearly 200 sheets of paper. Unfortunately, despite a huge handle on the pull-out bin, it can be tough to remove. When it comes to safety, the 23-pound shredder is wobbly enough to present a tripping hazard, but it has the benefit of a second power switch on the back that should prevent anyone from turning it on and shredding something by accident. The top-load design accepts paper easily, but there's a noticeable lag before the printer senses it and begins shredding. During my testing, it was often interrupted by false full bin alarms, requiring me to shake the bin to get it going again. Emptying the bin also tended to make a mess, with clumped shreds falling out all at once. So these are the best paper shredders, which you can buy in this year. If you know any other paper shredders, which we missed in the video, you can tell us the name in the comment. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.